does. Good morning and welcome to Unity of Nashville. How is everybody this morning? We look like we're on a ship and we're really heavy on this side and it's like, uh-oh. Are you all holding it down? Thank you so much. I don't know if you noticed, but they were singing our theme from 2025, We Are Coming Alive. And I believe that they changed the words to, We Have Already Come Alive. Here we are. Isn't that wonderful? Yes. And so you probably will see that our voices in unity are going to be a part of our music today. But there's also another special thing that's going to happen this morning. And so we are going to have a medley of carols that was orchestrated by Dr. Judy. And we're going to have Emily Bayer on the trumpet and Robin Winkowski on the French horn, also accompanied by Ben Travis on the bass and David Cole on percussion. And then after that, we're going to have an opening prayer treatment. Actually, that's going to happen before that, right, Tanya? And so I just ask you just to settle in and enjoy this day because it's going to be a big celebration of what we've been up to for this last year. Tanya?
So I invite you into a wondrous, joy-filled space to receive a Christmas blessing. And as you settle into this moment, let all the cares of the world just fall away, feeling from your head down to your mistletoes, allowing, freeing, feeling, sensing the wonder of the season. And what I know in this very moment is there is only one glory, one name, one Christ, one Spirit filling every vessel as we make room, knowing that this glory, this joy, this peace is always within, shining to the without, knowing that the inner is always balancing in the outer. And what I know is that every life form, every being, everything stems from the same source. And in that beingness, all that is never lost. It is only transformed in the fire of transformation. And I know that the spoken word is coming from that same field of wonder. That the power within each and every person is brought forth toward their very unique and refining destiny as known before they were born, before anything was. God is. And in that impulse, in that purpose, in that pulling forward, the enthusiasm and creative nature is always there, always wanting us to come to it, to touch it, to express as the perfect idea held within. And for all this, there is only gratitude. For all the good, for all the not so feeling good, all the hurry, all the peace. All that is part. The part that each one of us sees of a much greater whole beyond any imagination. And for that knowing that care, that holding in this sacred space, there is only thankfulness, knowing everything is just as it would be. And I release all that I say into the perfect working of the perfect law, knowing it is already so, because it all comes from God. And so it is. Amen. Thank you so much. So, announcements. Hello, I'm Tanya Miller-Heyer, your ministerial intern, and it is time to celebrate Christmas. Merry Christmas, Unity of Nashville. Today we are messengers of joy, and we affirm, I open wide the doors of my heart, making space for joy. Yes? Thinking about that. So, we are going to invite up our first announcement. It is the wonderful, the only, the amazing, our youth and family ministry, Alyssa, and our youth.
Good morning, Unity. Happy winter solstice. We wanted to share with you the accomplishment that our youth ministry made in one short month together. We decided we would do a holiday drive for the Safe Haven Family Shelter. I think most of you know by now, but I love reminding everyone what Safe Haven is about. For nearly 40 years, Safe Haven has served as the premier shelter-to housing program, serving Middle Tennessee, and it accommodates families experiencing homelessness. Safe Haven does lead our community's efforts to house, support, empower, and advocate for families, allowing them to stay together and ultimately move in to their new home. In 2022, Safe Haven provided transformative services focused on housing and employment to 341 families. So what we are doing here at Unity is helping them move forward with that success, giving them the resources needed to be sufficient and successful. As you can see when you walk out today, our Safe Haven Family Holiday Drive Youth Ministry tree is, you can hardly walk. You can hardly walk in that foyer. So thank you so much for all that you've done to help us as we raised money. We'll explain to you a little bit. We raised items and we raised funds. We were able to, the very first week, November 30th, when we started our drive, people took home an ornament. They were given an assignment of what to purchase. And some people said, can we contribute money? Well, our youth ministry pooled together enough money to buy a microwave to fulfill one welcome home kit. Yeah. We were pretty proud. The next week, you were generous enough to help us purchase one entire welcome home kit, meaning a whole nother microwave, vacuum cleaner, 5-cube bookshelf, floor lamp, with $14.95 left over for us to carry the following week. The following week, we had over $500 to go onto Amazon, and we like to do this together in our classroom, and pick out items from their wish lists. Hundreds of needs were filled. You'll see them out there. Anyone that wants to join us tomorrow morning at 9:30, we're going to meet here and start loading it all up for a 10 a.m. delivery to Safe Haven Family Shelter. We're so grateful to you. We couldn't have done it without you. Let's give ourselves and our youth a warm and grateful round of applause. Tonight for winter solstice, we're practicing and discussing what this long night of the year could mean. When you take a look at that tree and you appreciate all that we were able to come together to contribute this holiday season for families deeply in need, we think about that long night and what it is, that future, that hope, that light that's coming our way. And we're so glad to be a part of it. Thank you, Unity. One little note, we have a wonderful surprise for you if you will come on Christmas Eve as part of a thank you. We're working on our service project for you today, so we hope to see you at 5:30 where we want to return the blessings and the thank you. And happy solstice, Merry Christmas, we'll see you then.
Beautiful, thank you, Alyssa. So we do have a new class coming up. It is All God. It's All God. The flowers, and the fertilizer. That is on Wednesday evening, starting on January 7th at 6:30 p.m. on Zoom. And yes, right? Is it also in the classroom? Only on Zoom, okay? Only on Zoom. So then we are also unlocking harmony in a workshop on January 17th at 2 p.m., which is a Saturday. Transform your home or business with feng shui. Am I saying that right? Or is it feng shui? Feng shui. Feng, not fang. All right, then. Okay, Sunday contemplative service. Y'all better listen up, you might miss something. Contemplative service at 10 a.m. every Sunday. We're doing that. Yes, we are. Please come. It helps everything. Yes. Then we have men's support group. They're still working on The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, facilitated by Jeff Fasano, Monday evenings at 6:30 p.m. in the South Classroom. Friday morning meditation. It is still, midweek Zoom at noon with the prayer chaplains. And yes, that is a good thing. Friday meditation. It is still Advent. Hope, peace, love, and joy. 10 a.m. in the meditation room with Reverend Denise. It is fantastic. Get here early because it fills up. It does. Then we have our Christmas Eve service, candlelight service, December 24th at 5:30 p.m. It is going to be beautiful and fantastic. I've heard them practicing. It's gorgeous, and the chaplains have a beautiful part to play. Please come and join us. Candlelight service, beautiful. Then we have the Christmas party. After the awesomeness of the candlelight service, then you're going to light it up at Frank's house. Yes. And there's his address. You better take a picture. Yes. The after Christmas Eve party at Frank's. And then we have the Burning Bowl, the 31st at 5:30, and I'm just so proud of how all that's going to be. I hope you'll invite your friends to try out our ritual. This is a tradition, a beautiful tradition at Unity. Please invite your friends, and let's have a beautiful time. It's going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then all of this goes away. Yes, as you see it now, enjoy every second, because we are looking for volunteers to take it all down on January 3rd at 9 a.m., and we're providing lunch. So there's an incentive. Come and eat for free and help us work. So then we have an amazing announcement from none other than the person who has something wonderful to say, and it is none other than Frank Grant. Give to Grow.
Thank you, Tanya. The applause is for you all. I'm sorry some of you all got cut off the screen, but I want to thank and have everybody who's pledged already, please stand up so we can all thank you, because I think it's just awesome that we have finally some pledges, that we know exactly what we're going to have. Thank you. Sam and Steve are going to be walking around. If you didn't get a pledge card and you'd like one, to have your name added to that list, please raise your hand and they'll hand you one. Here you go, Steve. Thank you, Sam. So I'm very excited about it. It's so nice for the board to know what we're going to have coming to make sure that our budget reflects what each of your priorities are. Because again, I love what we've done with Safe Haven. I think it's just awesome. I love what we've done with Second Harvest and the tithes we give every quarter. To me, it just shows the blessing and the love that we have for the community. And you've seen that we have on the 24th at our house. We want everybody to come. Please come. We're going to have lots of food. We've already gone through the list. It's going to be scrumptious. So please feel free to come. You don't have to bring anything. Just bring your beautiful selves. And we'll take a group picture at our house because it'll be a fun thing to do. And I look forward to everybody come. Usually, I think Trey asked me how long will people be there. I said as long as they want to be there. So just stay as long as you want and have a great time. So thank you all, and thanks for all your pledges.
So today is Joy Sunday, and for our meet and greet, we need to just kind of reflect for just a second where we're at and be present. You know, this week the Advent candles will burn brighter because there's more of them lit, and the Christmas lights will triple our electric bill. We've hit peak holiday energy, right? And the last minute gifts and the marathons for wrapping and the family members you're not quite ready to see so soon after Thanksgiving, especially the ones who are always right. Yes, maybe you're excited Maybe you're festering. Yes? Either way, joy gives us permission to breathe again. Yes? Joy doesn't always come easily. Joy can feel very vulnerable. So remember how joy snuck up on the Grinch when his heart grew 3 times bigger. And remember Scrooge's eureka moment when he blessed everyone he saw. Well, as kids, we used to say that if you left your face in a grumpy or weird way, it would get stuck that way. Yeah? So when we started this journey this month, I was talking about resting Grinch face or perhaps your Scrooge face. Yeah? So just think about this. Christmas is the perfect time of year to adjust your face for joy. Yes? And what is your joy? You know, the boom, boom, boom of your heart this season. And so some people say that money can't buy happiness, but you can buy hot chocolate. And that's pretty close. So my jokes are just getting better and better, y'all. So this wonderful Sunday, I hope you'll ask and tell your neighbor with your face, with your heart, you know, the booming joy that you feel for Christmas, and let them know, Merry Christmas, God bless us, everyone. Get up and tell your neighbor, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Pat. Hey, buddy. Yeah, likewise, Jay. Take care of your family, man. As a joke, I gave my last anniversary. Give him another chance. Yeah, since it's awesome, we relax and Oh, we're good. It's cake. Aw, you're sweet. Thank you so much. I'll get that to Ben.
You only got 500?
Sweetly singing on the Christmas, happy solstice, and all that good stuff. Frederick Buechner wrote, "We have God's joy in our blood. The fullness of joy is to behold God in everything." That's Julian of Norwich. And this is a poem by Mary Oliver. Mindful. Every day I see or hear something that more or less kills me with delight, that leaves me like a needle in the haystack of light. It was what I was born for, to look, to listen, to lose myself inside this soft world, to instruct myself over and over in joy and acclamation. Nor am I talking about the exceptional, the fearful, the dreadful, the very extravagant, but of the ordinary, the common, the very drab, the daily presentations. Oh, good scholar, I say to myself, how can you help but grow wise with such teachings as these? The untrimmable light of the world, the ocean's shine, the prayers that are made out of grass. Namaste.
So in preparation for meditation, join us in singing "We Are Messengers of Joy." First, just begin feeling how your seat is supporting you. In the very same way that the living, loving Spirit of God supports you every day. And today our focus being on joy. Joy. Just open yourself to joy. And when we think about our world today and the joy that the Christed beingness that is within each of us can bring, and especially on this particular day and evening, the day of solstice, we focus our attention first on the east, on the star that was shining in the east, a place of new beginnings, a place of the eagle, a place of the sunrise, a place of air and illumination. And then we focus our attention on the south, a place of growth and a place of fire and zeal, a place of energy and action, the place of the coyote, the place of the fullness of life and living. We focus our attention on the west, a place of intuition and introspection, a place of healing and healing waters, a place of the bear spirit, a place of deep knowing. And then we focus for a moment on the north and the wisdom from our ancestors and the buffalo spirit and the spirit of the deer of giving and receiving. And then just for a moment, Father Sky above, the cosmos, divine energy and stars and guidance that comes from above. And then below, Mother Earth and all of her splendor and glory. And physical grounding, nature, and the feminine energy, life-giving sustenance. And then take a moment to go within your inner self, your soul, your heart, your connection to the divine spark, your place of balance in the silence, in the silence.
We
Let's give them another round of applause for helping us this morning. So today's lesson is entitled Catching Fire Through Zeal. And I don't even know what that title brings to mind with you. But zeal is actually one of those powers that's located right here at the back of your neck. And when people push against the zeal of the law that is working in your life, you start having back issues and shoulder issues and neck issues because you're pushing against Spirit's urgings. I don't know what that feels like to you, but I've done it before. It's like, no, maybe not. So we're going to talk about a little bit of that today and what that really looks like. If you were in the contemplative service, Marcia read Charles Fillmore's definition of zeal, which is I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm to do the next thing that is mine to do. So what does that look like for you? It looks like being zealous, and it looks like igniting your spiritual passion. What does that look like for you? What is your spiritual passion? And I'm not talking about just when you come here on Sunday morning or what you might do here, but spiritual passion is the way you play out your purpose in this life. So hold on to that definition for a minute. Because zeal is the spiritual urge behind all things, which is what Charles Fillmore says. So I want you to have a brief conversation with someone about that. How do you know when there is a spiritual urge for you to move forward and do something in the world? So I gave you Charles's definition of zeal. I'm going to share Ernest Holmes' definition of joy, because my personal belief is if you follow the fire of zeal within your life and move forward, you are going to create great joy, not only in your life, but in all the lives that you touch. Ernest Holmes says joy is to live by inspiration, means to sense the divine touch in everything, to enter into the spirit of things and to enter into the joy of living. So I've had people say, well, I'm retired. So was I, haha. You know, it's like, even if I'm retired, there is something that is pushing on me, right? I see some of you going, yeah, I'm retired. And yeah, there are things pushing on me to produce out into the world. And so what does that do? It brings you great joy, is what Ernest Holmes says. So we've been on a journey for this month. We've talked about hope, which is the expectation of good. I think all of you sitting in here know the expectation of good, but do we always focus on that? Because when I'm focused on the expectation of good within my life, and in other people's lives, we're living the unity way of life. Does that make sense? And then peace. That lesson was about when I have peace, I have a glimpse of the Christ within me. And I catch a glimpse of the Christ within you. And then that glimpse gets bigger and bigger, which is what we've done this year, is made that glimpse of the Christ, that light, begin to shine through this spiritual community. And then we talked about love. Love is just expressing oneness. Expressing oneness with everyone, even those people that are hard to love, right? It's expressing that love and knowing that we're one with them also, which brings us to joy. Remember, joy, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, the joy of the Lord is my strength. Now, if you've been in any of my classes, you know that the word Lord is not really the definition or the interpretation of that scripture. It's the joy of universal laws, of the laws, are my strength. So what that means to me is I may be joyful today, I may not be joyful today, but I also understand the laws that are at work, and I know that everything works together for good. It may not look real pretty right now, but the joy of understanding the laws and the way they're working brings more joy to me, right? So, I want you to look at this picture. That, to me, is the essence of the trip to Bethlehem. But that's the picture that most of us hold in our mind when we think about the nativity scene or when we think about what that story was in the Bible. But what I want you to look at is all things that are a part of that. There's a light. There's the angelic realm. There's Joseph and Mary, human beings that have birthed something new. There are shepherds. There are wise men that have traveled from a long way to find that light. There are animals. How do we as human beings create that experience? Create an experience that touches all of those realms. You understand? Because it's not just about my zeal and what I'm going to do, but it's about how is my zeal and my purpose here in this world going to affect all of those dimensions. So continue your conversation with that picture in mind. Your purpose, your zeal. So I want you to pause, but you're going to finish your conversation with this thought. I don't know if you remember the story that I told about Mary and the story that I told about Elizabeth and the story that I told about last week about Joseph. Sometimes you have to risk it all for a vision no one else can see but you. Continue your conversation. So how many of you realize that you have had a vision or a purpose at times in your own life that when you tried to explain it to some other people, they didn't all get it? Right? Yeah. How many of you have actually sat with someone who was attempting to share their vision with you and you couldn't get it? There's the life that we're all living. Does that make sense? And we're all here to have our visions and our purpose and what we're here about, which we'll spend a little bit more time next week talking about, because how do you live this? How do I really light the Christ candle, and how do I live all of this every day, all day long? I have to be sure with myself of why I'm here. There are days that I'm 100% sure. There are days that I don't have a clue. And it's like, how do I get there? Who are the people that I can surround myself with that will encourage me and make me understand, oh yeah, this is it? Who do I talk to and share my dreams with? Some of you are in Keys to the Kingdom when I said, do not share your beginning dream with someone who is not going to be able to hold it with you. You all remember me saying that? Because what begins to happen is if I have a dream and I share it with someone and they can't wrap their mind around it, then I start questioning myself. Even though in the beginning it was really clear. Remember what Mary and Joseph went through? Remember the story in the Old Testament and the New Testament. It's all about you. Where are you, Mary? Where are you, Joseph? Where are you, the wise men? Where are you, the shepherds? Be grateful I didn't ask you, where are you, the donkey, right? There you go. Because there are days that I might be the donkey, but. So power is one of the 12 powers that we're focusing on today. Power, each day I am aware of the power of my what? My words. That is so important. So important. And I'm going to say that again. It is so important. And many times we sit for long periods of time talking about stuff we don't want. Have you thought about that? I don't want this, and I don't want that, and I don't like her, and I don't like this situation, and I don't like, and I'm like, be very mindful. You're putting the power of spoken word around all of that. I used to have a Unity minister who would say to some of us, affirm that 1,000 times and see where that gets you. I was like, whoa. So the power of your spoken word is so very important. Think about that when you spend time talking about something, and talk about what it is that you are creating instead of the things that you don't want to create. And then there's zeal. I am full of zeal that inspires me to take the next step, whatever that is. So I'm going to go backwards for a minute. I want you to say this one with me. Ready? Each day I am aware of the power of my words. Check in with yourself. Am I? Am I aware? Am I aware of the power of the words that the people are saying around me? Do I choose wisely what people I listen to? That's important. Say this with me. Ready? I am full of zeal that inspires me to take the next step. And what does that look like in your life? It looks like this. The story of the wise men, again, is the story of you. And they brought 3 gifts. They brought gold, they brought frankincense, and they brought myrrh. So you're going, now, is that what I have to bring to the world? Gold represents your time and talents and treasures. And so where do I give my time and my talents and my treasures? We've talked about that a lot here. To be a part of a spiritual community, part of what we desire for people to do is begin to give their time and talents and treasures so that we can build a spiritual community. This may not be the only place that you do that in. I know Dr. Judy and I have several other organizations, some in town and some out of town, that we give our time and our talents and our treasures to. So be mindful, because that's part of your purpose. That's part of why you're here. That's part of your zeal. That's part of the excitement of being alive. Where do I want to spend my time? Where do I want to give my talents? And where do I want to give my treasures? Then frankincense. Anybody in here ever been to a Catholic church? They burn frankincense. It's supposedly the aroma of God and spirit, okay? So frankincense represents prayer. Where do you spend time in prayer? And I'm not talking about in your house, in a chair, or in the car when you're driving. I'm talking about what situations do you put your energy around? What situations do you pray around? That's important. That's part of your gift to the world. Not to put anybody on the spot, but how often do you pray around Unity of Nashville? If we want this place to be wonderful, it starts with that. Yes, we have to have a board that does all the wonderful things that they do, and you have to have a minister, and you have to have leaders, but we also have to remember that we're on our prayer list every day. If you have family members that need prayer, they should be on your prayer list every day. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. When I first understood what myrrh was years and years ago, I thought, ooh, that's kind of icky. Because they use myrrh for embalming. And I was like, ooh. But do you remember the very first 12 power that we focused on and when we started this journey? Who remembers? Elimination. Myrrh is about the essence of what we need to let go of every day to be the Christ. I'm going to say that again because you're like, I used to think, well, maybe I'm going to be done someday and I'll just show up as the Christ all the time, right? And then that person, we all have a person, right? Or groups of people that we go, oh, there they are again, those people, right? Or that situation, there it is again. And I have to be willing to let that go. The words in the Bible were kill off. Herod was going to kill off all the babies because he didn't want the Christed being to rise in power. What do we need to let go of every day with the myrrh that we can use? The energy that we can use and go, I no longer need this. I need to be the Christ essence. What gifts does my Christed self bring me in this moment? Am I willing to bring my times and talents and treasures to my purpose? Am I willing to put prayer around my purpose? Am I willing to let go of anything that might stand in the way of my purpose? I want you to look at this. Because my purpose is not going to be your purpose. My belief system may not be the same as yours. I had somebody in my office this week that said, I love being here because we're all on the same page. And I went, no. No, we're not. We may some days be on the same book, but maybe not. And it's all okay. Because we're all full of purpose. And we all are living the unity way of life as much as we can each day. Does that make sense? For though my faith is not yours and your faith is not mine, if we are each to light our own flame, together we can what? Yes, that's our task here. That's who we are here. If you look at our mission, it is to bring light to the world. And so, this is what we're creating. And as the choir comes up, they're going to sing all about what we create here when we are joy, when we are hope, when we are love, when we are peace. I assume and hope that everyone in this room will have a beautiful Christmas, full of hope, full of peace, full of love, and full of joy. And I encourage you to come on Christmas Eve because it's going to be magical. Namaste. So now it's time for us to focus on those times and talents and treasures and to give back to this place that has blessed each of us. So I ask you to take your offering in your hands and say the offering blessing with me. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. And as the Esters are coming down, we're going to sing our gratitude song.
They outnumber the stars above.
we open our hands and our hearts and we bless these tithes and offerings because we know that they have come into this ministry as the energy of love, and will move through this ministry and back out into the world as the energy of love, blessing all of the organizations and the people that they touch. And so we know that as we give, so shall we receive, and those blessings will be heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, for that's the law, and so it is. Amen. So now we are going to stand and sing the peace song and pray out.